Greetings, this is Greg. I want to make a quick video to explain how to install the VAITRIX Boost Gauge. This particular one is what they call the plug-and-play gauge. Pay no attention to the fact that it goes to 45 psi. The plug-and-play gauge is normally going to be a 30 psi boost gauge. So let me show you how it's hooked up. Okay, I spun the car around so it's in the sun. So you can kind of get oriented here. We're on the passenger side of the engine compartment, and just on the other side of this hose you can see a sensor. That is the manifold pressure sensor, and there will normally be an electrical connector on it, just like this one. You simply unclip that connector and plug that connector into the VAITRIX wiring harness that comes with the boost gauge, and then the connector that was on the sensor plugs in to the other sensor on the boost gauge. So there are only two connectors under here, and they literally both plug right in, hence plug and play. Very easy to deal with. Now let's take a look at the power sources. Okay, the most common question I'm getting in relationship to connecting boost gauges or other things is, where do we power them? I suggest, this isn't the only answer, this is just what I do. Let me turn a light on here. Accessing this little fuse box right here. It's in the driver's side footwell. And you can see here that I have used two ADA fuses. Those are devices that plug into the fuse box and allow you to add a circuit to them. One of them, this one, which is the fourth one over from the middle row, provides ignition power for whatever you want to use. In this case, I'm using it for a boost gauge and a throttle controller. And the one at the far end of that row provides hot power, in other words, power that's on all the time, typically used for memory of a boost gauge or something like that. And then this wire here is the ground for the gauge. So there are three wires for the gauge, and there's no cutting of factory wiring necessary. I connect this ground here to a bolt that's already there, and I use the ADA fuse, and then these both crimp connect to the VAITRIX wiring with an included connector. These two ADA fuse devices are from an auto parts store, really any auto parts store. It's a pretty generic thing. So that's it for the wiring. It's all very, very easy. And then in regards to wiring routing, I just go up above this plastic cover and then keep everything tucked up in such a way that it can't interfere with pedals or steering or anything like that. And the way I route them into the engine bay, let's come over here. So get oriented here, and you can see the brake booster. That should help. There's a hole in the firewall here, which has a rubber grommet in it. Actually, the grommet's missing in my car. Normally it isn't there. I make a hole in the grommet. But in any case, there's a hole in the firewall already there, easy to access. You can bring all your wires right through there, then run them across or wherever you need to go. Hope that helps everybody who's installing a boost gauge, and have a great day.